Hey guys, Chris here. We've got another Trading Vault podcast, and we've got Richard all the way from Tanzania. I don't know if you guys saw, but Vault Markets had an event there, and I think it was fitting to have Richard on all the way from Tanzania, or better known as Richlit, RFXA. Richard, I'm going to give you an opportunity just to introduce yourself, give the viewers a bit of idea of who you are, where you stay, what you do, and then we're going to get cracking on the podcast.
Well, my name is Richlit. My actual name is Richard George, and I'm a forex trader in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. And my academy is called Richlit Forex Academy. We've been in the industry for almost 5 years now, and I could say I'm the youngest trader in my country. You know, because I began actually trading when I'm just a teenager back in high school. So it's been a long journey for me. But yeah, I could say right now I've reached I could say I'm a wide known trader or a top trader in my region. So yeah, that's what I could say. And basically at Richlit Forex Academy, we are a team of people that consists of different traders. And what we do basically is we mentor people throughout Tanzania, different regions in Tanzania, different cities, and outside of Tanzania, such as Kenya. And we also have signal services where we provide signals to our clients. Basically, that's what we do here.
Sweet, man. Just a question, is Forex also as big in Tanzania and up in the upper parts of Africa as it is in South Africa, or is it still something relatively new, unknown in your parts of the world?
Forex currently has become very, very popular among the Tanzanian community. And so many people are engaging into the markets. Like our president, a few months ago, actually went out in public and spoke about trading and crypto. So everybody's looking at the markets, right? The forex market and the crypto market as well. So I could say it's a pretty known thing right now. And the good thing about Tanzania, it's actually beginning. You know, we're just in the baby steps of actually becoming a big part in the trading industry. So yeah. Many people are getting into the industry, especially for the younger generation, people in universities, people in schools, a few of older citizens as well. But it's just into the beginning, and the potential is very, very big. Like trading is becoming a popular thing. I feel like in a few years, something like forex trading and learning trading and acquiring the skill is going to be something that's going to develop into something institutional. So yeah, I could say we are at the beginning, but we have a very, very huge potential in growing and becoming something very, very great.
That is actually nice, knowing that it's still in the infancy stage, because it gives a lot of room for development, and also for guys like yourself, young and upcoming traders and mentors to actually pave the way for the people in Tanzania and obviously for the rest of Africa. And Richard, while we're on that, you mentioned that you guys do have a service. And how do you trade? Because I've heard a lot of guys talk about you only trade, or not you specifically, they mention they only trade technical analysis. Some guys say fundamental analysis is not required. Some traders would argue and say that you can't have the one without the other. Just give us a brief. Don't have to go into too much detail. That's obviously a privilege for your course and what you guys do. But just give us an idea of what is your trading style, what are the instruments you trade, and what it is that you look for in the market when you trade.
Yeah. So I'd say for us, what we actually use, we're mainly based on price action. So I could say we're more based on the technical side of trading, but we do not ignore the other way of analyzing the market, like fundamentals. They also play a part in trading, because events, they have an effect in the market. When news comes out, you see a sudden effect in the market. So it's something that can be ignored. But what we mainly use in our structures before we look into the fundamental side of things is the charts. And when I say charts and technical analysis, we have a specific strategy, right? We, through the trading journey, through learning to trade, I think every person reaches a stage where they usually try different strategy. Like they do this, and then a few months or a few weeks later, they find something else and they jump into it. So some things do work for certain people while they don't work for other people. So what we do is we've looked at different price action strategies, and we've taken the ones we see that are profitable for us, are working for us, and we use them all at once. Like price action is like huge pool. We have people who use chart patterns. We have people who use indicators. We have people who draw zones.
So effectively, you've taken the best of everything and basically compiled it into your own methodology strategy.
Exactly, compiled it and made our own trading strategy. So we've taken a few patterns. Patterns not we see in the normal basic patterns of like head and shoulders. No, we've actually looked at the market from our end and see that there are certain patterns which they appear and react in a certain way. Not the typical double top, double bottom pattern. No, we have actually taken our time to backtest and see what kind of patterns do actually play out are more likely to play out in the market. But also we've taken the zone strategy, not meaning support and resistance, but supply and demand. We use that strategy as well in identifying mainly entry points in our trading strategy. Like when you want to trade, it's just not about knowing that the market is going to go up or the market is going to go down. You have to actually know at what point will you enter the market. If you're buying, you're going to buy at what specific point. If you're selling, what point are you selling? Or if you're going to take your profit, where? So we use these zones mainly to figure out our entry points and our exit points and stuff like that. But also we do use, I don't know if people are familiar with it, but the Wyckoff methodology.
I've heard of it. I haven't looked into it. I think it's something people are starting to lean towards. I think the Wyckoff method is also not similar, but there's parts of the smart money concepts that also that's derived from Wyckoff. But I've definitely seen it looks quite complex. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look easy, but I have seen it, and I think guys are starting to look into it. Something it's not new, but it's something that's starting to become a little bit mainstream now. Guys looking into that method. Is that something that you guys implement into your strategy as well?
Yeah, it is something that we implement. We have a huge variety of things. If I start stating them all, it's going to be a different topic. But that's mainly how we trade. So we do use price action as the main thing. To give us our direction of the market, like where do we see the market is going to head to? But then we do look at fundamentals as well, so we can see like, okay, maybe we have this kind of bias, but then there's a certain news that's going to come out which maybe leads into a different direction or opposes what we see from our technical side. So yeah, but mainly I could say I give 70% technical. Yeah, I give 70% to technicals and as like 30-20% to fundamental side. I don't do sentiments at all.
And what instruments do you guys primarily trade, or what are the pairs that you guys focus on?
So mainly we do trade currencies. Mainly we trade currencies such as the Japanese yen. If you go on my Instagram right now, you can see that I took a few trades from Japanese yen yesterday, GBP, JPY, GJ, and they were quite profitable. We closed the day with almost $2,000 in profits.
Nice.
Yeah, that's just day trading. But also we do trade indices like the Nasdaq mainly. It has different. Everybody has a different. Some trade Nasdaq, some trade US30.
When you started out, and also like you mentioned, a thing of when you start out, you use a lot of strategies. Were you
beginner?
Were you also at that stage where you also tried to trade everything, and you had like 30 charts on, and you felt like if something moved, you're like, yeah, I missed out, because you want to participate in every move that happens. And then later on in your trading, you realize, flip, it's actually more profitable to focus on one or two pairs and really master that, instead of trying to look at 30 pairs, and you actually end up missing everything. And the few good setups that there were, you also don't catch that.
Yeah. So I feel like as long as like many people get into trading, like the first thing when you're newbie in the industry, first, you're going to go to social media and look at different traders, and every trader has their own thing. So you're going to see this guy made $10,000, let me go and do that. And then like you try it in a few weeks, you're like, no, I'm not making any money, I'm just blowing accounts. And then you see some other trader posting that's selling a robot, trading like a snake or something. And then you just jump into that as well. Like I think it's a learning process. It's like a learning curve that everybody has to go through. But the thing is, like once you understand, I think the bad thing about trading, I mean, I could say that like the negative of the perspective on the way people look at trading, they don't take it as a business. They just see it as something that they can jump into and make a lot of cash so easily, just off the jump. I think that perspective is what makes people get into all that, like jumping into this, jumping to that, thinking they're gonna find like a get rich quick thing, or like I don't know, like a key to success, just dropping from wherever. But the reality is, if you were to treat trading as you would treat getting a degree, if you treated trading as a profession, you'll understand it takes time, and you need to actually invest into learning before you can think of the millions and the Lamborghinis.
I actually love what you're saying, because I've talked to many guys, and I mentioned to them, if you look at doctors, engineers, lawyers, those guys study for at least 4 or 5 years to get a 9 to 5 job. Their income potential is fixed unless they start their own business. But 5 years worth of study, you paid for studies. So take all the money that those guys spend in their professional career to get to the stage where they're at. And then new traders think they can come into the market with only 2 weeks or even 3 months worth of education, where with trading, your income potential is unlimited. So why would you think that you can only spend 3 months or 6 months for something that's got an unlimited earning potential? And if you start looking at it like that, like you also mentioned, like a business or like a profession, then you would realize it could take you 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. But after that 5 years, your income potential is not capped at somebody that's working a 9 to 5. And you're not getting paid for your time. If I sit here for 9 hours and not take one trade, that time spent, I'm not getting paid for that. But there are days where you spend an hour in the market and you get paid for that. So it's also that thing of the 9 to 5 mentality, where traders think if I sit in front of the charts for 12 hours, I'm going to get paid. But that's not the case. You cannot just mindlessly sit and look at the charts for 9 to 12 hours. Rather spend that time backtesting, rather spend that time studying, basically mastering your craft. But I love what you mentioned there. And that is, unfortunately, the expectation in the industry. And it's an unrealistic expectation, where even just by that, if somebody has that unrealistic expectation, they're bound to fail, because already their mind is not set on working hard, spending the hours to basically master the craft. And ultimately, that is not a good place to be. Richard, And when you started, how long did it take you to reach some form of consistency in your trading? Because ultimately, I think a lot of viewers and a lot of new traders, that is most probably the key thing that they struggle with, is being consistently profit. They'll make profit one week, give it away the next week, and it's basically an up and down slog. What would you say? When did you really become consistently profitable, and what was the ticker that basically something that clicked for you that made you consistently profitable?
Yeah, so basically, it's sort of a different scenario for me. So when I actually started trading, the first time I heard of trading was November 2017. And during that time, I was just reading. Back in Tanzania, there weren't so many traders, I don't know, online courses or something. Like nobody knew forex. So I had this book. It was called the Forex Bible. It had like 500 pages, and I was reading this book and trading demo for like I don't know, 6 months or 7 months. Because from November, I started trading live for the first time in September 2018. From November 2017. Because I was actually occupied with school and stuff like that. But the first day I traded, I remember this clearly as if it was yesterday. The first day I traded up, I deposited like $3. Mark me, $3. That was like 6,000 Tanzanian shillings or something, $3. And I don't know how, but I flipped $3 to $70 in like a day. Like I got $3 from my parents in the morning. They come back in the evening, they find me with $70, and I'm like splitting it with everyone. So like the first day of trading, I made a profit. Like out of just I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if it was luck or it was by chance or profession. I don't know. But then I had that confidence. I was like, shit. I can do this. Like I just made $70 from $3 in one day. Like I made it. Yeah. So then I started like depositing. Like I started imagining like, oh, what if I had $100 in my account? If $3 gave me 70, 100 could give me $1 million, So I got into the market with so much excitement and overconfidence, and I blew a lot of money. By the time I'm looking at my account in like the last 3 months period, I see a loss of $3,000 so far. You can imagine. So like that's when I got to realize it's not about just making money. Like some people take trades, and then they trade in one day, they make money, and they just post that on Instagram. But they have so many losses on the ground, they just don't show us. Like it's not about being like winning so many times or like winning always. You just have to make sure. That's what I always tell my students, right? Like losing is part of forex. There's no trust me. All the traders you see out there posting profits all the time, they are making losses. They're just not sharing it with you guys,
Yes.
Losing is part of the forex market. No matter if you've been 10 years, 20 years, there's always a bad trade that you're going to take. So you just have to make sure the good trades you make are more than the bad trades you make, If you take a loss, it's all right. It's part of the game. But make sure the wins that you have are more than the losses. That is how I define consistency in trading. Losing is okay, but the number of your wins should be bigger than the number of the losses. That is when you can call yourself a profitable trader. Being consistent is not about not losing,
I would even go as far to say as, let's say you're not even making money for 3 months or 4 months, but let's say you were consistent in terms of your strategy. You followed your trading plan. If you set out to trade only GJ, for instance, and you set out to only trade during London and only to trade during New York Open, and you stuck to that for 3 to 4, 5, 6 months, I consider that consistency. And even if you break even after that, the thing is with your discipline that comes in, and you only trading when you set out to trade, your risk was set at the risk that you wanted to take. I consider that the first parts of consistency, and then obviously the profit will come. But if you can't be consistent in showing up daily, you can't be consistent in following your trading plan, then you can't think that you're going to be consistently profitable. So I would say even for new traders that are listening and watching, is that your first step for consistency is just sticking to a schedule and having the discipline to stick to what you say you're going to do and stick to your strategy that you want to trade. Richard,
Exactly.
before we end off, I just want to ask you to give the viewers something to motivate them, something that motivates you. Just give the guys some motivation in terms of their trading, and ultimately just to let the guys know that this is a tough journey trading, but if you stick it out and you put in the work, and especially stick with the right mentors, the right education, that you can make it. So just a last word of advice and some motivation for the traders out there, that would be appreciated.
Basically, what I could advise to you guys, looking at us right now, I want you to understand the way trading is portrayed in society is quite different. You need to first understand the reality of trading, and trading is not an easy thing, right? It's not something easy. It's not something that you're just gonna come into and make money real quick. You need to let all that social media stuff that they show you that trading is something that you can just come in and be a millionaire. That's not it. I'm giving you the reality of trading and the trading stuff. And a lot of people don't make it in trading. So you need to actually understand that you have to put in work. I'm giving you guys the tough truth, but it's the actual truth. In order for you to become a successful trader, you need to understand, before you can jump into the market, you need to learn. You need to acquire skill. The first thing is knowledge. After you have the knowledge, you need to start backtesting or practicing so that you can acquire skill. Once you have a skill, that's when you can actually get into the market and start trading. And you need to also understand, why are you into trading? Without a solid actual reason, you cannot be able to handle the tough days of trading. You can get into trading and be losing, like having a score streak where you just lose in a row. Like every deposit you make, every account you just blow. Without a solid reason and for you to be in trading, you're not gonna last. Motivation. I believe motivation is just one part. You need discipline. Motivation is not. You're not gonna be motivated when you're seeing your MT4 has 10K loss, 1K loss. You're gonna feel sad. You're gonna feel depressed. But then like, I'm in trading because I know it's gonna break my generational curse. Like, my family is gonna move from one financial condition to a different financial condition. My children, my family, my people. I'm doing this for the long run. I'm doing this for like generational wealth. You have to have your reason and your why as to why you're into trading. That is gonna help you through it all. Like when you lose, when you blow an account, when you don't have money to refund your account, your why is what's going to keep you standing. And the discipline to actually be a student. Some people, after they have one strategy, they think they've made it, but you need to understand that as long as you're a trader, and forever, no matter how many years you're in the market, you're always a student of the market, right?
I agree.
You're always learning. You need to always be a student of the market, not let it get ahead of. Maybe you might trade and make $1,000 and think, okay, now I'm unbeatable, I'm invincible. No, you need to always learn. If you lose a trade, don't just, give up and get depressed. No, just go look at what you did, go through it and see maybe where you went wrong. If it's about your risk management, if it's about your entry points or your I don't know, whatever, you just find a way to get better. Always find a way to get better. But yeah, as long as you put in the work, as long as you don't give up, because trading is a business where if you don't have a strong heart, you will say it's a scam, or I don't know, the brokers are playing games with us. But mainly it's just your perception of it and the perspective that got you into trading. Maybe you got into trading with wrong reasons or with the wrong idea of trading. So what I could actually say to you guys, it's very possible it's very possible to make it in trading. But as long as you are able to build yourself up and you're able to carry yourself through the journey, eventually you're gonna make it. So just take it slow, don't rush, don't think your $100 account is gonna make $1 million. Keep it realistic, make your own goals. First thing first, always have a trading strategy, always manage your risk. Because many traders, they might have good trades, but they have bad risk management.
Yes.
So when they place a trade and then they get stopped out before even the trade goes their direction. So you always need to make sure you also risk management is what's going to keep you here for the long time. you're not going to burn an account if you have good risk management. The goal is to be in the game for long. So for longevity, you need to have a good risk management. I think that is what I could advise these guys. Yeah.
Rich, I think that's very good advice, guys. I think the big word here is consistency, and not just in profits.
Exactly.
Guys always think when you talk about consistency, it's purely profits, but in the trading sense, it's everything to do with your trading, showing up, trading your pairs, trading your plans, being consistent. Rich, I really, really appreciate your time, man. And I would love to have you on for a technical session maybe as well, where we can give the guys some technical insight. This was just more of a little bit of a get to know Richard, especially now with vault markets being in Tanzania. Is it Tanzania or Tanzania? Neither here nor there, but
it's Tanzania, but South Africans have their accent.
Yeah, we say Tanzania.
They say Tanzania.
But yeah, it's awesome, guys, and especially for the viewers in Tanzania, I really, really wish you guys all the best of luck, and really excited to see what's going to happen up in Africa, and some exciting things to come. So, Richard, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Hope you have a blessed
and the chance to be on your podcast as well. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. And be sure to go and check out Richard's page, the services he offers. That will also be in the link in the bio and in the description of this video. Feel free to comment. Tell us what you liked about the video. Give us some questions that we can ask Richard in the technical session. That will be a follow-up. So get your questions in the comment section and we will answer those on the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the market.